Good afternoon from Parque Madrid. Seen primarily around WB. Park's open from 12 to 12 today. Nice long hours here in the middle of July. Let's head inside and see what everything's going on. Celebrating 20 years this year. This is the entrance plaza here. Feels very theme park Hollywood-esque. So as we stroll through the entrance plaza here, come up on very recognizable site. If you've ever been to Hollywood Studios, tell you a little bit about the park history. So the park opened in 2002. You can do your math, 20 years. It opened with Six Flags being the operator of it. Six Flags only had a minor ownership stake in it, but they were the operator. And then a couple years later, they decided not to be involved in Europe anymore. And they pulled out of their European parks. That time, Parques Reunidos, came in and became the operator. And then over time, they purchased the park and fully own it now, or own most of it. I think WB has a small minority ownership. So lots has happened in the last 20 years. Ironically, this is one of two parks Parques Reunidos owns in Madrid. And the other one we'll go to in a few days here. But this is the entrance plaza. It's straight ahead. Something that's looking really good, but not open yet. It's some crazy new intimate. We've got coasters everywhere I look. Giant inverted boomerang first? Yep. Let's do it. Continuing walking through this area towards the giant boomerang. There's a Central Perk coffee shop right here. Pretty impressive theming so far. I very much like it. Does not appear to be along lines at all, so we're going to save our rapid pass, which I'll talk about in a minute, for later. But you don't see, these rides used to be staple at a couple of the main Six Flags parks. Stuntfall, as they call it. But you don't see very many of these anymore. Do they call it Stuntfall because you need to be a stuntman to enjoy this kind of ride? Let's go for a spin. So out of the 3 giant inverted boomerangs I've been on, that one's the least crappy. It's actually not horrible. Only a few minor headbangs in the Cobra roll. I assume there's some kind of like stunt show going on inside this building right behind me. So apologize for the really loud music there, but not completely awful. This fantastic themed splash battle. It's like themed to a Jellystone park, it looks like. Can't get too close, don't want to get splashed. Pretty good theming. All right, maybe I'll give it a whirl. It's really hot. Let's see if I can get people here. Oh, nice hit, kid. That felt good. Old antique style cars that you drive around various parts of what looks to be a movie set. A little bit of a themed queue here. We're going into the garage. Race today. All right, I like some racing. And we get on our little cars here. So you have to love this. Can't really see. Maybe you can see a little bit better there. It's beer. Because as part of the all-day dining plan, every hour you get meal, side, and a drink. And the drink can be a beer. You gotta love that. Out here drinking my beer, watching a new Intern. Maybe someday I'll get tried. But just wanted to say that the meal deal is valid at pretty much every spot in the park. So on a day like when you're here 12 to 12, you know you're gonna be having a few meals. It actually turns out to be a pretty good deal. Some more really solid theming. I mean, this is as good as it gets. The details in the windows and on the brick and everything, very, very well done here. And I also like that this park has quite a bit of shade in it. A little bit of street atmosphere, kind of street show going on right now. Lift Hill straight back here. That's pretty cool. Couldn't have placed that more in line with the pathway here. Building for the stun show over here. They do have quite a few shows, including some that are 30, 45 minutes long. So that helps eat up when you're here for a whole day. They also have a couple buffet restaurants, this being one of them. Pretty cool. Just really great theming all around, including this building right here. Not sure what it is. Let's go check it out. Based on the description, this appears to be a Vekoma madhouse, or a madhouse of some sort. Definitely a house. Very much we know that it's a house based on the exterior. Just if it's mad or not, we will find out. Ooh. Cool looking queue here. It's also very air conditioned in here, which is welcome on this high 90s degree Madrid day. Got a front desk here. Of course the light's not great in here, so I do apologize if you can't make out everything. Oh, we're being summoned.
Disfrutarán del espectáculo desde cualquier posición. Y por favor, siéntense. Gracias. Dejen sus bolsas delante de ustedes. Estarán más cómodos.
Classic Vekoma Funhouse. Madhouse. Pretty cool. A couple neat pre-show with some effects, and then the actual show had a few effects in it as well. I don't know why more parks don't build these. These are a great time. Park app is great. It's only in Spanish, but it does tell you wait times, show times, and all that. But they also do have boards throughout the park that tell you wait times. That's always helpful. There is a cut through to their beach water park. It's kind of nice that you can get to it. It is a separate gate, but there is an entrance directly from the theme park next to Superman. Time for Superman. B&M floorless coaster. Cool entrance plaza. It is nice that this building has some kind of air conditioning in it, considering the doors are wide open. It's kind of more like an entrance plaza, less than a line. Now we can connect over. See another B&M right next to it. Fortunately for you, the entire ride is behind these buildings. There's absolutely zero way to be able to see it. Standard B&M floorless, the usual elements, interlocking corkscrews, all the same elements, just without a mid-course break. So it has a nice little kind of pacing to it. So definitely like that aspect. Now we move on. Saw the B&M invert next door, so time to figure out what that is all about. Invertatron. Bet you could have guessed what that was going to be, huh? Cool queue building and theming around the ride. It's just a lot of sun right there. This is as much as you're going to be able to see of Superman from the park. It does have a straight drop. I forgot to mention that, which I'm sure you will all correct me as soon as I say this, but it doesn't feel like that's on a lot of floorless coasters. So that was kind of unique. Entering Gotham with a lot of games. We'll have to check this back out at night because there's a lot of light bulbs and stuff. It's all lights up. This could be pretty cool looking. It wouldn't be a former Six Flags Park without a Batman the Ride. Exactly what you would expect. Nice little themed area though. Going up right over there. Don't know much else what to tell you. Cool station building here.
Sí, entonces hable con Lady, usted va para allá, que por favor, tía, entiéndame lo que usted me entendió.
I think we enter the jail. Access to private property is at your own risk. Uh-oh. This is a really well done queue. Certainly beats the US Six Flags Parks where you want to wait for Batman, you're standing in that metal hallway storm drain thing. That's really warm. I think we're getting close to the ride finally. And we made it to the ride. Cool station. Might as well take front row when there's no wait, right? This is the exit theming.
Which is more theming than most Batman rides have in their entire queue.
I see the Batmobile up here. As you'd expect, they have a skip the line pass. And as you'd expect, it comes in two varieties. The gold here allows you to skip a lot of the rides, the major rides, the small rides. As you can see here, it's a long list of rides once. The higher one, I forget exactly, platinum maybe, allows you to skip the lines as many times as you would want. I recommend starting with this. They seem to have pretty good capacity here. It doesn't seem too terribly crowded. And then you should be fine. I'll use this fantastic poster to talk about how we got our tickets. We did the VIP package, which essentially bundles your ticket, your skip the line pass, and all you can eat all in one. It saved you about $15 if you were to buy them separately. Every hour you can get this: ribs, fries, pie, bread, water. I know I had to go off the beer for an hour. It's really hot out there. I got bread, I got pasta mastacholi kind of style here. Some more of Gotham here. Drop tower. This might be the most elaborate themed bumper cars I've ever seen. Check out the front of this building here. And then we'll take a peek at the bumper cars themselves. Next up for us is Old West territory. Would it be a theme park if they did not have a Old West area? They have your standard shoot the chutes ride with the bridge, where you get wet, nice and wet on the bridge. Now it's time to head towards the park's wooden coaster, built by the acclaimed builders Roller Coaster Corporation of America, that built other such fantastic rides like Bandit at Movie Park Germany, one of the worst wooden roller coasters in the world. The original Rattler, after a few years, one of the worst wooden roller coasters in the world. Magnus Colossus, here in Spain, Tarimaquia, closed because it wasn't in good shape. This ride, however, Coaster Express, has received some love in recent years. They took the off year in 2020 to spend some time redoing it. I think it was closed 2020 and 2021 maybe. It's pretty big, pretty crazy. Let's go check it out. There's actually quite a bit more to this that you don't see. You see the big drop here and you see a lift over there, but there's actually a big show building. It goes forwards, it goes backwards, all kind of fun stuff. As you can imagine with the heat, this is the most popular ride in the park today, pushing about an hour wait. They have mock-up of one of the ride cars here in the queue. The ejector seats. You don't like the ride, you eject. It does feature Intamin trains, similar to like El Toro. I'm hard to see. There's a trailer here for a company called Global Coasters, worldwide experts in wooden coaster construction. So a ride's not awful, it's just not great. It's not necessarily rough. The trains just bounce all over the place. I don't know what it is with RCCA and their love of giant helixes. I mean, that's basically all the ride is. It starts off with this twisted first drop. Feels very much, it reminds me of the original Rattler, if you had a chance to ride that. It'll merge in a second. Going around the second helix, there's double helix over here. And it drops down and goes up. I'll let you guess what's over here. A double helix. What? triple helix, maybe? Depends on how you count. It doesn't do anything. There's no moments of airtime. Similar to the Rattler when you kind of have to stop the quarry wall. There is a little section where there's like 3 bumps in a row. There's no airtime. That's a really great t-shirt there. Leaving this area and moving into Cartoon Village. Worth noting that they do have free Wi-Fi in select areas of the park at the front entrance of the park to get you to download their app, as well as Cartoon Village, because as it says on their website, they want to give parents something to do while their kids are on the kids' rides. Something to keep in mind if you are coming here. And immediately as soon as you walk into Cartoon Village, at least from the back part of the park, there is the kids roller coaster. And it's not every day you see somewhat unique layout for a kids coaster. Or is this the standard layout just backwards? I don't know, but the theming is kind of fun. Scooby-Doo themed teacups. There is a river rapids ride. It looks decently well themed. Starts inside. They have a driving school similar to Legoland. If you've seen them at Legoland before.
It's Stonehenge actual size.
Ha! But this is done to Flintstones. They also have this little monorail themed to Baby Looney Tunes. Just goes around this little part of the park. This feels like it might have been added later. This doesn't feel as grown in as some of the rest of the park. Don't like get the feel of that. After a couple of years, they wanted to add more kids' rides. We're in the Looney Tunes section of the park. Bet you can't guess what this is. Good size family coaster here. Layout I have not seen before, even with like the fake out first drop right there. It's a pretty fun little ride. Incredibly smooth. I'll give it that. What's cool is the whole ride area is pretty well themed. You're flying in and out of it, and then they have these little windows that you can look into. You can see all the theming down under here. Fun ride. Love the theming on the frog hopper here. I mean, very simple but effective with Wile E. Coyote on the back, making it look like he's operating the thing. They do have, similar to like Toontown at Disney, I guess. I don't even know what they call it anymore these days. They do have where you can meet Donald Duck in his house. Here's Tweety Bird. You have kids' bumper cars over here. And then this really cool looking fountain. And they have a Scooby-Doo dark ride. walking into the queue here. Just your standard Scooby-Doo if you've been on them in the Paramount Cedar Fair parks. You've been on this one, with the exception, unlike those that have a Easter egg of Clint Novak on them, Clint is not making an appearance in this one. Sorry, Clint. What looks to be like stage sets and props apparently leads to meeting some of the characters. Going to guess with the word Daffy on this, it probably leads towards meeting Daffy. Pretty elaborate meet and greet. Oh, no photos probably because they charge you money to take yours. Going in Tweety Bird's house, place of residence. Well, they won't let you take a photo with the characters in their houses or places of residence. Don't think that is a house for Bugs Bunny. Looks more like a hill. There are plenty of character meet and greet opportunities around the park, just on the streets, where they will let you take photos. So that's always a good option. Sign over here says this way to the rabbit. Little wabbit. Gift shop wise, of course, they have merchandise from all the characters represented, all the IPs. I know what you want to see. I want to see if they have any Park Warner merchandise. Let's see if we can find anything. There's some shirts here featuring all the characters. Sweatshirts, kid shirts. It's a pretty cool looking snow globe there. The fountain out front. They don't got a lot of park specific merchandise, but they do got thimbles. So that was exactly what you expect, song dance musical, kind of a story of like a glee club kind of thing, or they trying to make it at home and they get on some American Idol thing. 45 minutes, unfortunately no air conditioning. Womp womp. Central Park. Well set. So you can take your photo like friends. It's about 9:30 and the park has gotten significantly busier. Probably 2 or 3 times busier at least than it was an hour after opening. Not surprising given it is a Friday, given that the park is open to midnight. But if you want to skip the lines and not buy a skip the line pass, probably getting here at open would be your best bet. Though you gotta beat the heat. Part of the reason why it's still so crowded later on in the day is because there's still a lot to do. The parade's not till 9 o'clock. The car stunt show, the big car stunt show, I'll show you here in a second. This is the line for it. And that's at 10:15 at night with the big end of day spectacular happening at 11:40 p.m. So if you're used to the US like I am, where parades are at 3 o'clock or fireworks are at 9 o'clock, they like things late here, as you might expect.
Para causar muchos disturbios en la ciudad y demostrarle que se confunde. Y así volverá junto a nosotros dejando.
So we are about 40 minutes away from Aquaman, and it's already pretty full in the main area. The benches and the rail are full here, but we booked the VIP cocktail. So $20, $21, you get a souvenir cocktail and you get VIP viewing. And it looks like not very many people are in there, so far seems like a win. Let's check it out. Proof we're in a different country and things are just different here. It's 11:15 at night and the food service stand is this is the busiest I've seen it all day. We were here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we were like the only people in that room. VIP, much less crowded. Desserts with the name of the park on it, classy. Brought out food, all different kinds of food here. It's like all mini foods. How long's the Aquaman show? Well, just look at the giant drop tower and it will tell you. Real quick, want to tell you how we got to the park. It is out in the suburbs and not on any train line, but the park is partnered with a local bus company to have a direct bus. We took the train to Mendez Alvaro, which is the main bus station. It's about a mile south of the main train station. You can usually take a couple subway lines down to it. You can buy your tickets in advance, recommended because the buses do sell out, or you can buy them right here at the counter. And then it's a nice about 30-minute luxury bus ride to the park. The nice thing is they have buses first thing in the morning and they have buses after the park closes, so you can stay all the way and see the nighttime spectacular. Well worth it. Wrapping up our day, it's after midnight. It was a long day, but a really fun day, also very hot. Really like this park. Reminds me a lot of the Universal parks before Potter, where the theming was pretty good. You can see it here walking down the street how good the theming is. It wasn't quite that Disney level, but that's okay. This nice theme, good collection of rides. You know, you got a couple of solid B&Ms, you know, a wacky wooden coaster. The Intern coming here looks absolutely fantastic, and we'll probably put this park on a lot of your radars. But had a great time. The theme's great. You know, it's a lot of characters and IPs that everyone loves, right? It's a very accessible IPs, which made it a lot of fun. Park did get crowded later in the day, as most things in Spain do get busier later in the day, but really enjoyed our time here. That about wraps things up, or I guess to stay on brand. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.